about bloody time. About bloody time indeed. But before I go into those details, can I just point out, this is not going to be a crafter conversion video. So if you want to click off, you can leave us by all means, but please come again soon because I'll get back to the crafter in the next week or so. Thanks guys. So why do I say about bloody time with regard to this Swytch Kit which has finally arrived? Well, I've got my little laptop here just to remind me. Oh, and a G&T I should say. Now this kit was ordered, according to my little log here, back in June, the beginning of June. And it wasn't cheap either, although I did get it, I'm told, 50% off. But far cheaper than buying an electric Brompton, I should imagine, or electric bike of any type. I received another email in July, that just told me that my kit was being built. Another in August. What did that tell me? It told me that my wheel was being built and was being dispatched that month. It wasn't. I had another in September, just to say my wheel was either in the region or it was en route. It wasn't. I had another in the first week of November, and what do they say there? They say, great news, your order has been completed. It's completed the manufacture stage and it's en route. It wasn't. Not unless they were carrying it by bike themselves from China, maybe, I don't know. Finally, I got one on the 21st of December just to say it'll be with you tomorrow. And it was indeed. It came to me on the 22nd of December and it's been stuck underneath the tree there with me looking at it with anticipation ever since. So let's open it together and see what we've got. Right, here we go. You can mostly just see the corner of my bike there. I'll go into that in a minute. You'll see what I'm up to. I've got the scales out. Right, let's see what we've got in here. It's quite a heavy box, I've got to say. But let's see what we've got. Move that little thing over a bit. I'm back. Ooh, nice. Right, get rid of my G&T. Get rid of my laptop. Right, wheel first. There's the wheel that I was told was going to be with me a few months ago. That is a heavy wheel. That's a 16-inch wheel, 16-inch silver wheel with a motor in it there for my Brompton. Not sure what those little washers are for there. I'll most probably, just in my style, try and fit it without actually reading any instructions. I was going to say any instructions. Because that's generally what I do. I'll wait until I get into trouble before I get the book out. Right, let's have a look inside here. Oh, hello. Right. One box. Two box. That's got to be the battery, I should imagine. The mount, it tells me on there. Accessories, who knows? Extras, who knows? Book. Instruction manual. You never know, I might look shortly, so let's have a look in the interesting box first. There we go. Yeah, as suspected, there's my battery with the anthracite banding on it. 30-kilometre range I went for, which is the max kit. And again, that's quite heavy. I'm going to weigh these things shortly, so you'll be able to see just how heavy they are. This is a very light box. Oh, that's why. Blimey. Nothing in it at all. It's an empty box of extras. Let's have a look. Nothing ticked on it anyway, so I'm hoping that they haven't missed something. Who knows, you'll witness if they have. Another light box. Am I going to be surprised again? No, something in here. Oh. battery gauge or something. I don't know, might have to read something after all. Down there, that's just packing. Packing. This has got some weight to it. Ooh, a few boxes in here. Charging cable, I should imagine. Lots of cable ties. I think that's an extended pillar for clipping the handlebars into when you fold the Brompton, I think. Okay, that looks like a sensor pad or something similar. Who knows? Okay. Yeah, some kind of a sensor. And a few more brackets there. I fear I'm going to have to read a book. There we go, power gauge. There we go. I'll get that on charge actually. And the mount for the handlebars, I'm guessing. God, that's quite heavy too. Blimey, okay. That's a little bit scary, isn't it? Look at all those there. Colour coded though, so I don't think you can go too far wrong. We will see. Again, I'll weigh that shortly as well, just so that you guys can see. What have we got here? Okay, so these are spacers or packers, whatever you want to call them. Look like they're aluminium. I would imagine for the different size handlebars, different diameters, just to make sure everything's fitted on there tightly. I mean, it all looks nice stuff, nice kit. There we go. Right, that's all the kit unpacked. Let's just have a quick chat about my Bromptons. That is showing, this is my chapter 3 for anybody who doesn't understand Bromptons. This is lightweight because it's titanium. Oh my God, look how filthy it is too. That is showing 9.7 kilos. But I don't think I'm going to put it on that one. Crazy you may think when I show you that this is my M6L. That's 12.7 kilos, so that's 3 kilos heavier. Okay, that's quite heavy, isn't it? Right, 0.7 of a kilo. 1.1. So that's 1.8. My maths are great, aren't they? 2.1. 3.9 kilos, so that is 3.9. What did I say that was? 12.7. Blimey. Yeah, we're over 15 kilos. Okay, quite heavy, but as I say, I certainly won't be carrying this anywhere, so it's going to have to go on my everyday bike rather than my chapter 3 anyway. See how we get on. Now in hindsight, that was quite easy to fit, but I haven't tried it on the road yet. The reason being, it's pouring down with the rain and I don't want to get stuck. Don't want to get wet either. But I'm spinning this wheel around here. Whoa, whoa. As you can see, don't spin the wheel around because it starts the motor. What a buffoon. I thought we were off the counter a little bit. But what I was going to try and say is the little sensor here has got a red light and it flashes when it's sending a charge. Of course, the battery pack is attached. When I am spinning that pedal, it's charging this front wheel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it for tonight. I'm going to tidy up the cables. I shall run you through swiftly what I've done tomorrow and we'll take it for a spin. Right, test drive number 1. I've got it on setting number 2, I believe, which mostly affects the speed, but we will see. I'm only popping around the corner and I've got my chesty. I've got my chesty on anyway, so we will see how well I get on. I'm stopping for 2 reasons. One, I haven't set my Apple Watch, and 2, I'm altering the angle of the camera. Alright, let's see how far we go. This is a weird experience. What's going on here?
Ja, nie czuję się, ja się nie widzę.
Right, this is Port Hill Bank. Bit of a climb up here. See how we get on. Done a little over 2k with a few twists and turns back through the quarry. You see that last bank I cycled up, that's Port Hill Bank. It's quite a tough ride, only short but quite tough if you're cycling normally. You may have noticed I did it twice, it was that much fun. Really picks up when you're first taking off, and then I guess you're getting up to speed and then it slows down. So all in all, quite chuffed with it. Quite chuffed, very chuffed in fact. Now I think I mentioned before that this is the Max kit, so it's good for about 30 kilometers I believe. Not an awful lot bigger than the other kit, which I think is good for 15k. Press the button, that tells you how much battery life you've got in it. Now of course this fits onto the front of the bike, doesn't weigh it down too much, and that powers the wheel, which has got a motor hub which is 250 watt I believe, which is in the UK and Europe good for 15 miles an hour. I believe that in the US the max speed there legally, I'm talking, is 20 miles per hour. Something I'll come back to shortly. Right, first part of the process was getting the old wheel off and taking the tyre and inner tube off and getting the tyre and inner tube onto the new wheel that they provide with the motor hub. Quite a simple process if you're used to changing your tyres, etc. I then moved on to fitting the magnet disc on the crank of the pedal, which you see here. I must point out I made a bit of a boo-boo here, as I only tend to skim read instructions. In fact, I say skim read, that's if I bother reading them at all. But in doing so, I initially fitted the universal bracket, which you see here. The reason I didn't see it is because those instructions for the Brompton were for some reason at the back of the manual. Not entirely sure why, but if I'd read the manual entirely, then I would have noticed. I then fitted the cadence sensor, which is this little gizmo here. I don't know if you can see it from the side, a bit clearer. As you can see, it sort of pivots out somewhat. So once I've got the front wheel, the magnetic disc and the cadence sensor fitted, it was just down to fitting this little beauty on the handlebars. A very simple process. I think I showed you the little spaces they have to ensure that we're keeping the correct diameter for the handlebars to make sure you get a nice snug fit. It is a little tight on the end bar there, particularly when I have to fit the base display, which is another unit that I've got on the handlebars at the top, but I will show you that shortly. Okay, boo-boo number 2. For some reason, I decided to cable tie the wire from the cadence sensor to the frame, so I sort of came around here, I think, and along the frame. I blame too much gin, to be honest, but I soon recognised the error of my ways, and I've rerun the cables now along and attached them to the original cable run. Can you see them there? There you go, you can just see the base display unit there that I spoke about. Yes, it's a bit tight, but I managed to squeeze it in on the left-hand side. Now, I'm not going to go into too much of the technical detail, as I don't want to mislead anyone with my limited knowledge. But what I can tell you is the base display is used to configure the setup of your bike. The instructions on how to do this are included in the rear of the instruction manual, as you can see there. So ensure that you keep that handy. It allows you to configure the setup for the size of the wheel that you have. Of course, in my case, I've got a 16-inch wheel. But more interestingly, it appears to allow you to alter the max speed of the device. Now, I'm not suggesting you alter the top speed above 15 miles an hour, the legal limit in the UK and Europe, but I'd be interested to know how much you could increase the speed by. So if anybody knows, drop me a line in the comments. Finally, the other point I was coming back to was the folding of the bike. Now let's have a quick look at that. In fact, whilst I'm here, I may as well show you how this comes off. Simple as that. And now, the USP of the Brompton, the fold. Not trying to break any speed records here, you may have noticed. This is the important thing, and I'll lower that down with ease because for some reason it doesn't appear to want to fold. Let me push that down just for completeness, and let me show you a different angle. There we go. Different angle as promised. Now in there, because we see that that actually hits the wheel. They provided an extended little clip here, but as you can see, it goes nowhere near. Again, guys, if you know something that I don't know, or you've recognised where I've gone wrong, please let me know so that I can keep the kit and I can actually fold my bike. Guys, if you stay to the end, I thank you. If you have, maybe consider clicking like, maybe consider subscribing, because there will be some more Brompton vlogs coming in the very near future. And thanks once again. Catch you soon.